we've got to talk about Virginia Governor Ralph Northam, who, a source tells CNN, fears that he would be labeled a racist for life if he steps down. The governor who, when this undeniably racist photo from this yearbook page came to light, this is what he said.
That photo and the racist and offensive attitudes it represents does not reflect that person I am today or the way that I have conducted myself as a soldier, a doctor, and a public servant. I am deeply sorry. I cannot change the decisions I made, nor can I undo the harm my behavior caused then and today.
You heard that? That was in his own words. He said those words. And then the reaction, the media reacted, everyone reacted. He admitted to it. But then less than 24 hours later, Governor Northam completely changes his story, saying that, hey, he doesn't remember the picture, insisting he's not the person in the blackface or the one in the KKK robes, for that matter.
I would remember that. And I have no recollection at all. It's not my picture. I was not in that costume, either as blackface or as KKK.
Both stories can't be true. You cannot believe both stories, Governor Northam tells you. And you got to wonder about a man who, while denying he had anything to do with one racist blackface incident, admits to another one.
I dressed up in a, what's his name? The singer? Michael Jackson, excuse me. That's why I have Pam with me. I had the shoes, I had a glove, and I used just a little bit of shoe polish to put under my, or on my cheeks. It was a dance contest. I had always liked Michael Jackson. I actually won the contest because I had learned how to do the moonwalk.
I know he's got a lot on his mind, but he's paying homage to Michael Jackson. He really likes him, but he can't remember his name. And let's all be grateful to the governor's wife, Pam Northam, for stopping him when he looked like he was considering demonstrating his moonwalking skills, his moonwalking prowess for reporters and the TV audience. Watch this.
Are you still able to moonwalk?
Inappropriate circumstances.
My wife says inappropriate circumstances.
Inappropriate. Wow, that is the least of it. So the governor does remember putting on blackface as Michael Jackson, but he doesn't remember putting on blackface or KKK robes in his med school yearbook. And what about his picture in the Virginia Military Institute yearbook? The one captioned with the racial slur, "Coon Man," an ugly word. And I hate that we have to use it. But you need to know the facts.
There were two individuals, as best I can recollect, at VMI. They were a year ahead of me that called me Coon Man. I don't know their motives or intent.
And as Governor Northam battles for his political life now, well, Lieutenant Governor Justin Fairfax, a man who would replace him if he were to resign, is calling a sexual assault allegation against him a totally fabricated story out of the blue. A story that was published on the same right-wing website that broke the story of that racist photo in Ralph Northam's yearbook.
Does anybody think it's any coincidence that on the eve of potentially my being elevated, that's when this uncorroborated smear comes out?
When the Lieutenant Governor was asked whether he thinks Governor Northam was behind the allegation, he said he has no information in that regard. But all this leads us back to the big question. Why would Governor Northam contradict what he'd said less than 24 hours before? Why would he think that he could just explain away what we've seen with our own eyes or heard with our own ears? Why would he think that could work? I think it's very simple. It does work. It worked over and over and over when Donald Trump was on tape saying this.
I gotta use some Tic Tacs just in case I start kissing her. You know, I'm automatically attracted to beautiful. I just start kissing them. It's like a magnet. You just kiss. I don't even wait. And when you're a star, they let you do it. You can do anything.
Whatever you want.
Grab them by the pussy. I can do anything.
Well, he at first offered an apology.
I said it, I was wrong, and I apologize.
Then, just 2 days later, he dismissed the whole thing as locker room talk.
I don't think you understood what was said. This was locker room talk.
Less than a month later, Donald Trump won the election, and shortly after his victory, he reportedly began questioning whether it was his voice on the tape after all, even though he apologized for it. Ralph Northam's strategy is straight out of the Trump playbook. Just double down, triple down. Wait for the storm to pass. Wait for the next big story to push this scandal out of the headlines. It is a strategy that has worked for the president. But the question is, will it work this time?